Blake Bos here, folks. Today we're going to be talking about 3D printing. We had an analyst at Citigroup recently initiating coverages on 3D Systems and Stratasys. He started them at a buy. And the big question here is that we saw shares really pop on that news, but as an investor, should you pay attention to these analyst recommendations, holds, buys, sell calls? So 365 sell-side analysts ranked accuracy and timeliness of earnings forecasts last as it regards to importance in determining their compensation package at work. So when it comes down to their daily job, they're not placing a lot of importance on making accurate earnings predictions and buy, sell, hold calls. So what that means, folks, is that you probably shouldn't put a lot of weight behind these sell-side analyst calls. Always do your own research, have your own opinions. But let's get down to the basics, the long-term with 3D System. There's three things you really need to watch for at the company. Number one, integration challenges. Number two, consumer markets. And number three, the all-important professional markets. So with integration, the company's acquired a ton of companies over the last 2 years. That's going to be difficult to integrate. It's always hard to integrate any company you buy, and with the amount they've done, it's going to be a hard job. So look at margins. Make sure you want to see margin expansion. You want to keep an eye on amortization of intangibles and goodwill over time. See if they have to do any write-downs. Consumer markets, 3D Systems really focused on that market, attacking it with their Cube printer and Cubify.com. You want to see that investment pay off. One of their competitors, MakerBot, seems to be winning the battle. They're owned by Stratasys, and you want to pay attention to the libraries of designs they have at Cubify.com compared to Thingiverse, and Thingiverse is definitely winning, and that's MakerBot's library. Moving on to professional markets, this is the bread and butter of 3D Systems. This is where their profits come from. This is where the cash comes from. So we had them acquiring Phoenix Systems to give them a lot of exposure to end-use metals, manufacturing, industrial applications. Also, they have a huge presence in plastics with their laser line of doing plastic printing, and you want to pay attention to that. Make sure they can remain competitive in there. One of their biggest competitors in plastic in-use manufacturing is Stratasys, and you want to see them do well in that segment with their ProJet printers. But you also have companies like General Electric getting into this space, and they're using the huge printer supplier EOS out of Germany that's not publicly traded. So there's a lot of complexities, folks, with professional market, and it's hard to get a good gauge. You just want to pay attention to the big develops in that and take it in context. That's all I had to say on 3D Systems today, folks. Get on to Fool.com. We'll have news about any developments relating to the company. Thank you for watching, and Fool on.